Number 1, Jet Pace, owned by prominent Canadian horseman Harry Locke and trainer Richard Gillick. He is driven by Hall of Famer John Campbell. Jet Pace is a New Jersey Sire Stakes winner. Number 2, Rocket RC. Bred, owned, and trained by Nick Callahan of Cordova, Maryland. This half-brother to Dover Downs track champion Roman Noble will be driven by the Delaware Valley's all-time leading driver Eddie Davis. Rocket RC's Progress Pace elimination win was his 6th in 8 lifetime starts. 3, JFK, leased by Guida Racing Stable, trained by Brett Pelling. Ron Pierce will drive this impeccably bred stakes-winning son of Dragon's Lair from the great filly pacer Miss Easy. Number 4, CJ's Fantasy, a homebred, owned and trained by Roy Williams. Jim King Jr. is driver of this late-blooming stakes winner. The 5 is Ambro Operative. Owners Tom Walsh and Dave McDuffie, who also own 1994 Little Brown Jug winner Magical Mike. Ambro Operative has been one of the top 3-year-olds of the year, trained by Brett Pelling. His driver is 1996 Hall of Famer inductee Mike Lachance, who drove Ambro Operative both wins in the Cadillac Breeder Crown and Little Brown Jug. The 6, In the Paint, owned by Scott Alberg, trained by Tom Fanning. He is driven by 1995 Harness Tracks of America Driver of the Year, Luc Ouellette. In the Paint won the Dollar Series early in the season at the Meadowlands, then an elimination division of the Motor City Pace. 7, Paradise Indian, co-owned by trainer Dennis Cummings, Paula Cummings, and Richard Corey. Overlooked by bettors, Cat Manzi drove him to a Progress Pace elimination victory in 1:54.1 track record time for a 3-year-old pacer. Paradise Indian is a New York Sire Stakes champion. Completing the field, 8, Electric Yankee, owned by the Charles Keller family and Dan Biddle of Maryland. He is trained by Brett Biddle. Peter Wren is his driver. Electric Yankee won the Adios and the Dancer Memorial among major stakes. Just 4 minutes until post time. Starting gate moving. Three-year-old Colt Pacers behind the gate approaching the start in the $100,000 Progress Pace. They're off. There goes Ambro Operative out with Paradise Indian for the lead between those 2 in the paint. Jet Pace rushing through at the rail. It's 2 back to Rocket RC, who gets away in 5th. On the outside, Electric Yankee looking for a spot. Then it's JFK, the early trailer on that first turn. CJ's Fantasy. They speed over the quarter. Ambro Operative leads the way in the paint, wants to drop in there, second in front of Jet Pace, but that hole is closed by Campbell, 26-4. They charge past the stands with Ambro Operative out there. In the paint is caught outside. Perfect trip for Jet Pace, 2 back to Rocket RC. Also left outside the whole way, Paradise Indian. JFK is inside. Electric Yankee will have to go around Paradise Indian. The trailer is CJ's Fantasy. They move over toward the half. Ambro Operative leads it by a half length. In the paint begins the fade. Jet Pace is at the rail. Then it's Paradise Indian in 4th with the rail awaiting some kind of room is Rocket RC. 55-2, they hit the backside. Ambro Operative now has to deal with Paradise Indian, who's up on the outside. Jet Pace has the rail 3rd, beginning to fade. In the paint, 3 wide, Electric Yankee. And then it's Rocket RC, followed by CJ's Fantasy, and JFK at the rail. 3/4 in 1:24. Ambro Operative now opens up by about 2.5 lengths. Jet Pace moves through. Paradise Indian is still out there. Then at the rail, Rocket RC, forced 3 wide, is JFK. They're at the top of the stretch. Ambro Operative and Mike Lachance, they're still on top. Jet Pace moves to the outside. They drive for the wire. Ambro Operative, Rocket RC down the inside, but Ambro Operative goes wire to wire. Ambro Operative in front. Up for second, Jet Pace. A fast closing third was JFK in 1:53 flat. Duffy, trained by Noel Daly, driven to victory by Hall of Fame driver Mike Lachance. The time 1:53 flat. In the winner's circle, Dover Downs president Dennis McGlynn, along with general manager Jerry Dunning, also publicity director Marv Bachrod. In the winner's circle also Stanley Bergstein, along with state representatives Nancy Wagner, Bob Quillen, Representative Capano, members of the Racing Commission, Tony Flynn, Terry Johnson, Beth Steele, and Marianne Lambertson. Also in the winner's circle is publicity director Marv Bachrod, and Bob Waslick. Winning exacta 5 and 1, $8.60. Trifecta 5-1-3, $30.80.